Hello and welcome to my F1 25 driver career mode here today for part 36 for the British Grand Prix and my home Grand Prix here at Silverstone, where for the second year running we are racing in reverse. So we come into qualifying now right at the end of the session. This is our last run in through Village and now towards Farm Club. We've found 1.1 seconds on our very first lap. We're currently sat P19 and that lap is going to mean we are going to start P5. So this is the grid then ahead of the British Grand Prix. It's Charles Leclerc on pole, Alex Albon alongside him. Then it's Carlos Sainz and Joshua Pearce. We are P5 alongside Ocon, that's a great qualifying for him. Sonny Hayes and Kimi Antonelli. Colapinto and Villeneuve. Then it's Tsunoda and Lando Norris. Piastri and Pierre Gasly. Lawson and Max Verstappen. Hulkenberg and George Russell having a shock at his home Grand Prix. Then it's Behrman and Bortoletto. And on the final row of the grid, it's Mika Hakkinen and Jack Doohan. So as the cars make their way onto the grid now ahead of the Grand Prix, 15 points is the gap in the championship between us and Leclerc. Leclerc getting that down last mile in our very difficult Austrian Grand Prix. Can Leclerc continue to eat into our lead, or can we start to get it back out today? It's a one-stop race, either the soft onto the medium or the soft onto the hards. Let's get ready then to go racing in Silverstone. We're racing here at Silverstone on a fairly okay start, and we want to go to the outside of the ribbon to find a couple of places there to the outside. We've run wide. I think we've just hit the great marker board there, but Alex Albon has overtaken Leclerc at the first corner. Albon leads, looking to go back to back after his win in Austria, and now we're right on the back of our championship rival, looking to extend the lead back out. On to lap 3 now, and Leclerc can't find a way past Albon, and we just couldn't get close enough to have a go at Leclerc either, so we were kind of stuck in a bit of the DRS train in a way we're trying different lines to try and find some extra grip to potentially get past. And now we've been given the objective by Mark to try and overtake Leclerc. Not really too sure what we were trying to do in this race. We're trying to get him since lap 1. But on to lap 6 now, and this was kind of turning into our race. But on to lap 9, and Albon's tyres did start to go off. He pulled around 2 seconds, but he's fallen back into us Ferraris. And now Leclerc is going to go for a move into Chapel. He just gets his nose ahead. Albon line a bit later on the brakes. They're side by side going through Maggots and Beckett's here, and Leclerc is still just behind, but he's got to get exit out of Beckett's. And now we're looking to do a double move and go round the outside of Leclerc at Cox, but we couldn't. And now Albon is coming back at us as we head down towards the left field through Woodcock. We've got the job done on Albon, and now we're up the inside of Leclerc all the way around Lovefield, and now we're going to try and do the cutback, but Albon is back up the inside of us, and Albon's really taking us. And now as we head down the Wellington straight, we're going to pull to the outside. Albon's going to go defensive and really pink himself to the inside, and we take second place. And now, just like it was in Monaco a couple of races ago, we are fighting Leclerc for the lead of the race. This is George Russell right at the back after a poor qualifying, and he's slowing down, is he? Yes, he is. It's been a shocking weekend for George at his home Grand Prix, but he is slowing down, and it's a big engine failure. It's a huge engine failure in the back of that Mercedes. George has never had that much luck here at Silverstone, and it is once again a retirement at Silverstone. And now back to our battle, lap 11. We just couldn't get close enough to have a go at Leclerc. We were trying to be late on the brakes into Lovefield, trying an alternate line, trying to do the cutback, but we just couldn't get close enough to have a go on our teammate. And at the end of lap 11, Leclerc is in to make his one and only stop of the day if everything goes to plan, starting on those soft tyres like us, trundling down the pit lane now. Now into the box, those soft tyres will go off, and on after a bit of a slow stop will be the hard tyres. And now he comes out of the pits, very long pit lane, and now back onto the track in P12. But everyone in front of him has still got to pit, of course, in this race. But it is Dyalla who is up the road next for our teammate. And one lap later, the end of lap 12, we are going to come into the pits to make our one and only stop of the day, trundling down the pit lane. It's going to have to be a good stop. Could we potentially overcut our teammate here as we go onto the mediums?
Come on. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one.
But where is our teammate as we come trundling down the pit lane past the safety car, round the wing on the podium? Leclerc is going through club and into the Vale chicane. This is going to be extremely tight. There is Leclerc. Can we get ahead heading into Stowe? No, we are much closer though to Charles than we was when we pitted. Now it is game on if we want to win our home Grand Prix. Leclerc, we denied Leclerc a win at his home Grand Prix. Is he going to deny us? We try and go to the outside of him. We're nearly at the inside at Brooklands. That is as close as we have got so far. And now onto lap 15. This is the other Mercedes engine going bang. It's going to be a double DNF for Mercedes here at Silverstone. Kimi Antonelli now is slowing down. He was actually having a decent race in the points for once, but his day is over and it's a double DNF for Mercedes. Lap 16 now, and we are sticking with Leclerc. Have we got close enough this time as we head through Woodcut and now into Luffield? We're going to look to the inside. Once again, we're too far back, but now we're going to try and keep it pinned round the outside. We're close to Leclerc, but we're not close enough. This is very much turning into round 2. Continuing on from Monaco a couple of races ago. Lap 18 now, and Leclerc is a little bit further up the road to us this time. As now we head into Luffield, very late on the brakes. Look to the outside of Leclerc, can't find a way through, but now we're going to try a bit wider, try and get up the inside, but Leclerc's slowing down because he's got a puncture. Leclerc has got a puncture. Has he hit some debris, or have we just pushed him too hard? But Leclerc's race from the lead is all gone down the drain. He's got a puncture on the Wellington Straight, and that could well be a title defining moment potentially. It could be, unless he can get back into the points, a 25-point swing in our favour after he got the gap down last time out in Austria. It's a nightmare race for Charles Leclerc after it was looking so good, but he is so slow, trying not to damage the floor to get back to the pits. Here at Silverstone, he's dropping down, he's out of the points now after leading the race. He piled the pressure on, and I guess he was pushing too hard on those tyres, but that does also put questions over us. But Leclerc was on the hards and we're on the mediums, so we do really need to be careful now. But Leclerc is coming out of the pits in stone dead last on lap 19 of this race, and now we kind of just need to bring it home. We are 6.5 seconds up the road from Piers in P2. Of course, we nearly won our home Grand Prix on our first attempt a couple of seasons ago in that chaotic wet race, but we were beaten that day by Sonny Hayes. Sonny Hayes all the way in P6 today. That is not going to happen. But this is Leclerc. He's caught the back of Jack Dyalla and going down the hanger straight into Chapel. He's got the job done there on the Alpine. Dyalla having the greatest of seasons. and a couple of laps later, lap 25, he's caught Bortoleto and he's going to do him up the inside of Copsey. He's got the DRS now heading into Luffield. It is still ahead. Bortoleto is not giving this one up, but eventually he is going to have to, and Leclerc is past the Sauber and up into P18. So we skip on to the final lap of the race. We've dominated this after Leclerc's puncture. It could well be a title defining moment in this tight championship fight with Leclerc. He got the gap down in Austria to 15 points, but today we're going to round the final corner to win the British Grand Prix and our home Grand Prix for the very first time.
Taking victory at their home circuit as well. What a place to do it. The fans are loving it. They're lapping it up. They have been all weekend long, and they have delivered what the fans wanted to see.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again.
So that has been then your British Grand Prix. We've won our home Grand Prix. Piers makes it a double British podium. He is second, and Alex Albon, after starting P2 and briefly leading the race, rounds out the podium just ahead of his teammate Sainz, and Esteban Ocon, what a race for him in the Haas, finishes P5. Down at the back, Leclerc leading the race. We pushed him, and eventually the tyres cracked rather than his defence. He did get the fastest lap, but no point for that anymore. He recovered to P14. It was a double DNF for Mercedes today. A shocking weekend for them. It was Jack Doohan who was last on the road today. So this is what it means then for the Drivers' World Championship, a 25 point swing in our favour. We are now 40 points ahead of Leclerc. That could be a potential title defining moment come Abu Dhabi. Lando Norris is still P3, Alex Albon is climbing into P4, and Oscar Piastri is P5, and Piers, the reigning world champion, has jumped up to P6 ahead of Yuki Tsunoda. And then down at the back there's still multiple drivers still yet to score this season, and Jack Doohan is bottom of the table. So this is what it means in terms of the constructors. We extend our lead out once again over McLaren after they ate into it last time out in Austria. 111 points is our lead. Williams have climbed up into P3, Apex are P4, and Red Bull round out the top 5, and then it is just Sauber who are still yet to score this season. So that's been then your British Grand Prix, a very important race in terms of the championship. We go from one of the best tracks on the calendar to another classic when we go racing at Spa for our first sprint weekend of the season. I'll see you then. Goodbye.